Hello, I'm Emma and welcome to your really gentle, quick Pilates routine, which is great for days when you're feeling a bit more tired, sluggish, when the weather is changing, maybe it's colder in the mornings, colder in the well, it is here in the UK anyway, and you kind of need that little kind of warm up routine. This is a nice one to start off your day or finish off your day. So when you're ready, get a little bit of space, come and join me and let's get ready to go. Guide dog Archie is going to join us today. So if you don't know, I am registered blind. I've got a little bit of vision, but not very much. So I've got a guide dog who is joining us today, and I do try to audio describe everything in as much detail as possible so that blind, visually impaired people can follow along. But also you can have a nice little screen break. Okay, lovely. You're going to lay down though. So we're going to start with a nice little warm up for the back. So we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. And I've got feet and bum in my face. That's lovely, Archie. So we're going to lower all the way down. So I want to get in some back extensions. So sometimes when we're feeling a bit sluggish, tired, we kind of hunch ourselves over. So I want to think about opening the body up. So we're down on the mat nice and flat. And we're gently pulling the abdominals in. And the legs are a little bit wider, maybe shoulder distance. And we're pressing the big tops of the big toes, tops of the feet in towards the mat. Nice energy through the feet. Giving your shoulders a roll down your back. So you're thinking about your shoulder blades reaching all the way down to your heels. And your arms are just going to be by your side, elbows bent in this kind of W shape, or just a nice comfortable position with your elbows bent by your sides. Palms are pressing to the floor. And you're just balancing on the tip of your nose. And then we're going to start to inhale, and I want you to think about slightly lifting the head, not very much, but pushing the crown of the head right to the other end of the room. So you're getting that length, and then gently starting to come up as you take that inhale through the upper back. And then exhale, slowly lower down, bring the nose back to the floor. So we go again, we roll those shoulders back and down, push the crown of the head to the other end of the room, slightly lifting through the head, but the chest, the upper back now lifts. And then we slowly come back down. And then you might feel you can come up a little bit more, slightly straightening the elbows, but otherwise just staying where you are. Not putting too much weight into the arms. Let's get that in the upper back as well. And we'll just do that a couple more times. Lengthening, pushing the crown of the head right to the other end of the room. Roll those shoulders back and down, we come up. Exhale as we lower. And we do that just one more time. Energy through the feet, through the legs we come up. Not putting it in the lower back, keep the movement in the upper back. Lower down. And then when you're ready, take the hands underneath your shoulders or your chest. Sit back, let's bring the feet together, open the knees. Have a nice big stretch back into your open leg child's pose, where you bring your forehead down to the mat, you're sitting back to your heels. Arms are reaching nice and long on the mat in front. And then slowly come up to a nice tall seated position. And let's swivel the legs around and shimmy right to the front of our mat. So we're sitting nice and tall, and our feet are going to be fully grounded into the mat. So your feet are about hip distance apart, soles of the feet are really pressing into the mat. Your knees are bent in line with the hips, and we're just going to hold on to either the shins or the backs of your legs, whatever feels best. And you're going to use those hands on the legs to gently lift you up nice and tall as you feel you can sit today anyway. And then when you're ready, slowly start to tuck your tailbone under, round your spine back like you're being pushed into the stomach and you're curving back. Shoulders are still away from the ears. And we're thinking about lengthening as you curve back rather than just sinking. And you're rolling yourself back towards the mat. And then slowly come up. Keep that curve and kind of fold over the legs as you curve up. And then sit all the way back up nice and tall. So we start to tuck the tailbone under, we round the spine back, pull the abdominals in. The hands slide up the legs a little bit as you roll back towards the mat a little bit more. You keep that curve and you run your hands along the shins, maybe towards your feet as you curve your body over your legs. Chin, nose is tucking into the legs. And then we lift, we restack back up, bone by bone, nice and tall. And we just do this a couple more times. You might want to go a little bit lower each time, really engaging those abs. And then we come up, get a little stretch over the legs. Don't forget to re-stack all the way back up. And then we go again, we curve, we roll down just a little bit. We go up and over the legs. And then on this next one, see if you can roll yourself all the way down to the mat. If you need to hold on to the mat or the legs, that's okay. And bring yourself all the way down onto your back. So the feet are still grounded into the mat, they're not too close, not too far away from you, just nice, comfortable distance. And you're gonna have your arms opening out to the side, so at shoulder height, like an aeroplane, arms are out. And you're feeling the backs of the hands, the backs of the arms on the floor. And if you're like me with wood floor, it might be quite refreshing as you feel the coolness of the floor. Good. Now from here, have a little feel of your hips before you put your arms back and just check they're nice and level so they're not swiveling. Got that nice curve for your back and then arms reach back out. Good. Back of the head, shoulders pressing down still into the mat. Okay, from here, what we're going to do with the arms is we're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling, hovered above your chest, palms face towards one another, shoulder blades stay on the mat, and then the arms the arms stay up. They stretch nice and long by the size of your ears back behind you, and you're going to try to do that without your rib cage flaring open or your back arching. Arms come back up to the ceiling, fingers pointing up. And then the arms open back out. Okay, so this is what the arms are doing. We start in that aeroplane. We squeeze the arms together above the chest, palms face one another, fingers are pointing up to the ceiling. We stretch the arms long back behind us, they're still parallel, they go by the sides of our ears, pull the abdominals in. Arms come back up to point towards the ceiling, they open out. Now we're going to add the legs to this. So as the arms lift up to the ceiling, you're going to fold your leg so it's in tabletop. So the shin is parallel now to the ceiling. Let's do the right leg first. As the arms go long back behind you, you're going to push that right leg nice and long down to the floor, pull those abs in. The knee folds back so the shin is parallel to the ceiling as the fingers point back up to the ceiling. As you lower the foot down, the arms open out to the side. Let's do the other leg. Arms go up to the ceiling as the knee folds, shin is parallel. We stretch the leg nice and long down towards the floor. It's hovered off the floor though, arms stretch back. Bend the knee back in, arms point back up to the ceiling. Place the foot down, arms open out. So you can build this up. So if you're feeling you do want a little bit more today, you can always have one leg lifted and the other leg now lifted. You're going to keep your arms, so both shins are parallel to the ceiling, both arms are pointing up to the ceiling, and you're going to stretch one leg long as the arms go back. You stretch the arms back up to the ceiling as the knee folds in. Open the arms out, legs stay in tabletop. Arms go up to the ceiling. Other leg now stretches long as the arms go back. Both knee and arms come back in. Legs stay there as the arms open. So if you want to up it a little bit, you can. Otherwise, you're staying with that single one. I hope I've made sense and I haven't just confused you. But this is really about coordination, control. It's about really pulling those abdominals in. Feeling like you could balance drinks on your hips and they wouldn't spill. Feeling the contact of the rest of the body on the mat. Good. And let's open out. So if you had your legs up, both legs up, you're going to keep them there and you're just going to squeeze them together. If your feet were down, keep them there and again squeeze the thighs together. Arms are still out to the side. And we're going to start to peel and tip our hips over to the right, squeezing the thighs together as you peel your left hip off of the mat and the knees have dropped to the side. And then we come back to center on the exhale. So deep breath in, let the hips drop to the other side, legs lower, and come back up. So everything from your waist up is glued on the mat, it's not moving, but your lower body is swiveling from right to left. And if the feet are on the floor, you're going to keep the insides of your feet glued together and you're just going to roll onto the outside of the foot that you're tipping towards. And the other foot kind of peels off the mat. So imagine you're super glued together. So the legs, the knees are not crossing one another. And as you go side to side, you're getting this lovely stretch through the opposite side of the body, the chest, the arm, the waist. You're getting this lovely rotation for the back as well. Good. When you're ready, just allow the feet to separate so they're about the width of the mat now. Am I even straight on this mat? Probably not. The feet are wider and your knees are going to now knock together. So the knees are still bent, feet are about the width of the mat. Let your knees knock together. And then just let them zigzag from one side to the other. And just give your back a little massage, the back of your pelvis this time. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, and then come into a full body stretch. We'll reach the arms, reach the legs nice and long, just feeling a nice full body stretch. Good, finishing with the last one. Keep your arms above your head as you bend your knees, ground the feet into the mat, and just step your feet a little bit closer so the heels are underneath the knees. And I just want to open the hips out to finish. So arms are by the sides of your ears, palms facing up to the ceiling. And you're going to push your arms down by your side as you push your hips up to the ceiling, opening those hips out. Weight goes across your shoulders. And then lower the hips down, arms go back over your head. You're feeling like your arms are being pulled along, but the rest of the body is grounding down the opposite way to the mat. Lift the hips up, arms press down. Arms are being stretched long away from you as the body comes down, being pulled the other way. And we just do this for 4. And lower the hips down, stretch the arms back. Grounding energy into the feet. 3. And stretch the arms long. I've got an itchy nose. 2. And arms back over the head. And let's go last one, pushing those hips up, feeling the hips opening. And then arms go over the head, lower the hips down, and then hug the knees into your chest. And just have a little rock from side to side, back and forth. Maybe circle the legs a few times, one direction, back the other way. And just take a moment here to breathe, to chill out. Getting into a position that feels nice and comfortable for you. Stay here for as long as you need. Maybe you want to do a little bit more breath work, meditation. I can leave some on screen. But otherwise, take one more deep breath in with me. And breathing out. Good. And you are done. So I hope it was a nice one to get you moving, but in a nice gentle way. Got the abs fired up, a little bit of work for the back and the hips, the arms. And yeah, I guess you're going to just stay here, are you? Anyway, if you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time for another one. Take care. Bye.